everyone, welcome back to another Space this Bogan. We are back onto the Falco. Okay, so it's been a little bit long time in between. I've got to get back onto the bike as well. We've got a couple of gremlins that I need to get sorted out, and I need to get the Falco on the road before getting the bike finished. So in this episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting the Falco over to here on the driveway, and then we'll be getting the gearbox serviced. That's got to get done. We'll get the catalytic converter changed out as well, and anything else that I might be able to throw into the video with the Falco will do. Alright guys, let's crack on. Alrighty, so I'm going to try and get through as much as I can. This video probably won't come out for a little bit because I am feeling a bit buggered. Alright, so we had the battery out of the Commodore. It's now in the Falcon, and then we're going to drive the Falcon over to the ramps and yeah, get it up on the ramps. Alright, so let's quickly get that out of the way and yeah, we'll take it from there. Alright, that was fun. We probably should have recorded that because it probably would have been funny. Anyway, but we had the car up on the ramps. It's at quite a big height. Right, it's at quite a good height now. So yeah, trying to get through as much as I can. It'll all be in this video, but it just may take me a little while. It's part of the condition that I have. It's just how it is. Anyway, alright, so what we want to get done in this, as I said in the intro, is that we want to get the cat off and we also want to service the gearbox. Now we're at a pretty good spot where I can mostly reach down into get the top of the cap manifold, to get the manifold off. So yeah, I've noticed too the car doesn't run very well, so it needs a few things to be able to do that, so I'm expecting to have to replace quite a few gaskets and stuff. What else? Yeah, also trying to figure out, I mean that looks like a injector plug to me, but there's another one, it connects up to the coil. It's the same one that connects up to the coil down there. So I can't remember where everything goes, it's been a long time. This should be up here and this should be running up there. Yeah, so there's some things that are not where they're meant to be. So sometimes people they need to fix something, but they're not too sure exactly sort of what they're doing. Like even when I don't know how to fix something at first, I then will, before touching it, learn everything there is to do about it. Also pays as well to watch videos where people are making mistakes. Because it gives you an early warning for when you're doing stuff. Then you can say, oh, I'm about to repeat something, that's a mistake. So it's good to learn the good and it's good to learn the bad. That way you're less likely to do that yourself. But yeah, so we've got quite a bit to go on in here. Most of the gaskets are going to be replaced, except for, thankfully, the head gasket looks pretty good. Not as bad as well I was sort of expecting it to look. Obviously the rocket cover gasket's a bit, how you going? But we've got a new one of those already. Yeah, the injectors actually look kind of new as well. So I probably won't have to, oh no, I can see some rust on them. Anyway, so yeah, so it'll be new injectors, a lot of new sensors, so sort of stuff you can grab off eBay or rare spares for some things if you can't find it there. So yeah, alright, so let's do the gearbox. You know what? I actually haven't been under here. It's the first time I've been under the Falcon. Obviously I've been under other ones of this model, but I just haven't been under this particular one. And it's not looking too bad. As I've said before, that like a grandpa kind of spec car, the pads have been, looks like they're sort of adhering to the rotor, a bit rusting to the rotor because I had trouble moving the car. So the brake was definitely seized on there. That could be a matter of just cleaning out the rotor. Actually, I might be able to just get these. Yeah, I can just get these ones machined. Alright, that's 2 rotors I don't have to buy. Like, I do want performance rotors, but to get it on the road, I don't really care. I just want, you know, a safe working car that's reliable. Anyway, so to do the fun job of the gearbox, so you got to start undoing like from a corner, and you work your way back, so you can drop it down a little bit so you can drain the fluid out. And once you've done that, you can take the pan off, clean up the area for, take the pan off, move it to the side, get the filter out and put the new filter in, as well as clean up where the gasket sat, and, and also to clean anything left on the pan as well. Alrighty, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. How far down does it go for the exhaust? So yeah, that whole section is coming out. Now I've got another one to go in its place. Might actually hit it with some black just to make it look a bit fresher from the engine bay side. Alright, the exhaust is actually not too bad shape either. So I don't have to worry about doing that to get it on the road. This is looking quite good. Like a lot of bushings and rubbers and stuff like that obviously have to be replaced, but otherwise, yes, it's not looking too bad. I can do with another sway bar. Yeah, it's got some rust on it, but yeah, sway bar and of course links and stuff like that. It doesn't have a sway bar link. It goes straight into the hub. Well, that's one less thing I have to worry about. As I say, it's been quite a long time since I've driven this car. Like the young fella did say the caliper needed to be replaced, but I think I've said it in a video already. I've bought a service kit to do all the calipers. So all the calipers, of course, will be coming off. All the lines have got to be cleared out of all the old crap. Oh, don't ask, what's that? Oh, anyway, there's my sway bar. Man, as I said, I'm feeling a bit buggered. I probably shouldn't be doing the transmission part yet. I can do the exhaust, but I've got to let the sucker cool down. And yeah, I do want to get some white line sway bars. Probably be for the build though, because there's no real point to doing it to this at the moment. Yeah, even those bushes look alright. So the drop links bushings look okay. I mean, they're old, they're not like new or anything like that, but they're not like perished old. They're just, yeah, it's not that long ago that they were done. Just maybe in the past few years, obviously, I don't mean like in the past few months, but in the past few years have been done. Well guys, I think I really lucked out with this car. There's bugger all rust, there's a lot of service rust I need to get rid of, but otherwise, man, this is just like, gaskets, seals, bushings, pads. I don't know what the back back rotors are like yet. I am stoked to see that. So I don't even know I don't even think I need to get them machined. I just need to clean them up. Oh yeah, I do need to get a little bit machined, but that's okay. That's bugger all. Awesome. Oh, sorry guys, but when you're on a pension and you're trying to do things on a budget, it's good to have these little wins where you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. Rightio. Okay, so I'll let this exhaust cool down because we just put it up onto the ramps, of course, so it's bloody hot. And then we'll get that sucker off, get it changed over, and then, actually, we've got to do the customary start the car without the exhaust. It just has to happen. And then we'll put the new old cap back in. New to me, old. Awesome. Alright guys, let's crack on. I almost forgot. It's customary to actually hear what it sounds like before you take the exhaust off. Prepare yourselves, people. It don't sound good. Alright, let's get in there. As you can see, everything's still out. Oh, I still can't believe it's only got 211,000 Ks on it. Almost 212. No. 211. Oh yeah, it's almost all ones. Alright, so you ready for this? So yeah, as you can hear, not running the best. Got a few things to fix up. No, I'm going to shut it down because it doesn't sound like it's timed right. Anyway, so hopefully changing out the cat will clear some of that up, and then working out, making sure everything else is working as well. Yeah, so I had to let you guys hear what it sounded like before I did that, and also of course before the next cat goes in. Right, so the cat is here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to paint it black. So as I said before, just that hides it up in the engine bay a bit. Looks a little bit more neater. But yeah, I've got some heat paint to put on there. Pretty much the same stuff as that I was using on the bike. Actually, it is the same stuff I was using on the bike. Alright, okay, so I'll get started for that. Set up a couple of boxes over here, and then I'll put that down and paint it, get one side done, you know, so it dries, get the other side on. Yeah, it's just it's not so pretty-ish, you know, it's just a look better than that. Alright, I'll get set up. Alright, so not really painting how I normally paint it. I've got a little bit of heat paint here, a little bit of heat paint in black here, but I got some vinyl paint as well. This is engine primer, so it's heat primer. So hopefully that'll stick onto it enough. As I say, it's just for the moment. It's just so it looks a bit better in the engine bay. Alright, so let's crack on, eh? So yeah, I haven't prepped this really at all. As I said, I'm just trying to make it look a bit fresher. Wind is not helping. Alright, so this is just a quick pass, and I'm just going to go over it one more time, a little bit slower, and then let it flash off a bit, and then we'll put some black on there, and then we'll get to the other side. Alrighty. Alright, so let's get this next coat down. Alright, that's the final coat for that side for the heat primer. And yeah, we'll let that flash off, and then we'll put some black down. And then let that flash off and dry, and then flip it over, and then do the same thing the other side. Oh, this wind. I can't do it in the marquee because I've got bike parts in there. Alright, so that's all the heat paint black I'm going to use on this side. It's just to give it a bit more of a coating. Alrighty, so I've let that flash a little bit, and so we're going to put the black vinyl paint down now. It's not really the way I want to do it, but you know, it is what it is. Let's crack on. Alrighty, so that's that side done. Now I only need this to last until I get another exhaust for it. So it's just a temporary thing. But oh well, that's alright. I haven't really noticed that when it's on the car. That's the only part I really wanted to be black, is up here, because you know the rest of it's under the car. And yeah, that'll look alright. Sweet! Alright, so I've got to let that dry, and then I will turn it over and do the other side. And if I have to, I'll touch that side up. Anyway, let's crack on. Alrighty, so rinse and repeat. That'll do. And then we'll hit it with a heat black. Alright, so I've got to let that flash off quite a bit. Well, I've got to let it dry quite a bit. Yeah, and then I'll have to move that piece, that bracket, because when I move that, there's going to be paint missing from there. So I'm just going to let it all set and everything, and then as I said, I'll use the wire and just get it hanging off there. Alright, so that's going to take a little bit before I can do that. But anyway, let's keep on cracking. Alrighty, so while that's still curing, setting, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be fun getting to this. So there's the heat shield. That'll be getting painted again, cleaned up and painted to a different colour. So it's going to be fun getting down into to get onto this bolt. Yeah, and like I had to come up from underneath. The front one's it's got a pretty clear passage, so I can actually get some extensions in there, and then it'll reach. But that one is going to be a pain in the ass. And it's going to be really tight, fitting stuff up into there. And it's going to be just as fun putting it back in. It's been a long time since I've done this, and now remembering the joy. Anyway, so let's keep on cracking, eh? So what I've been doing is I have WD-40 the bolts. I'm just letting that sort of kick in more, and then we'll crack on to trying to get this undone. Yay! Fun times ahead. Alrighty, so I've managed to loosen up the bolts or the studs that hold the cat onto the manifold. So yeah, I managed to find a path. Awesome. Alright, so I've just chucked this camera onto my little stand so we can fit it underneath the car, but as you can see there's the extension going through to get to that top, or the back bolt for the off the manifold. And I've also propped it up on the stand so that it doesn't drop down on me. Done the same with the muffler, so that when it comes apart it doesn't just like drop down. Alright, so I've got to wrestle a couple of bolts, nuts, in, oh, just one actually. All the others are undone. I've just got to get one more undone from there, and then we'll get the rest of those bolts from the front. Alright, let's crack on. Alright, so that is the back section undone. We've got that sitting up on the stand here. As I said, it would have dropped down otherwise. Alright, let's get onto this section and get it undone. And that's in the front. So up in there is where the other one is. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm up to, but yeah, it's a bit difficult. Alright, so let's get this sucker undone. So for anyone who has rounded off bolts, if you, I think you can see that, you'll see that they're all taped in to be able to grab onto the bolt or to the nut that's been rounded off. Alright, let's crack on and get this undone. Alright, so these things are a lifesaver. If you haven't got them, get them. So as you see whoops. As you see the bolts being rounded off, and yeah, you can see it was done a while ago, but you can see all the grip marks that that this socket puts into it and grabs it off. So yay, I gotta get freaking exhaust studs and nuts. Anyway, but that is ready to come off. There we go. The cat is off. Alright, so now that we've got that out of the way, since I know I've got to get bolts, anyway, so that's where it all bolts up to, and down the other end there. Alrighty, let's see what it sounds like. Alright, so now that that's out of the way and done, that was a bit of a mish. Oh yeah, so as I said, taped up. I put some wire up in there to make sure it all holds. Yeah, just to make it sort of look half decent. Alrighty, let's see what the Oscar sounds like. I'm hoping it sounds a little bit better, not because it doesn't have an exhaust. I mean, I'm hoping that cat was causing issues. Let's find out. It sounds like a plane. Alright, so yeah. Alright, that was interesting. So it was running a little bit smoother. So I dare say that cat was causing problems, but that is not the only problem this car has. I know that this engine has more, more to deal with. So yeah, we'll replace all the gaskets, like the exhaust manifold gasket, intake manifold gasket. It'll all be coming off as well anyway, because I want to repaint that. I want to repaint the fuel rail. I want to make this all cleaner as well, make it look a bit nicer. Yeah. Also, I really would love to get rid of the clutch fan, because I want to make it thermos, like electric fans. But yeah, I think I'll need a sensor for it though. But that's something I want to put in here down the track. Could be when I do the Summer Nuts build though that I actually end up doing that. Probably just going to stay like this until then. Anyway, you know what I mean, nice and fresh and everything. A lot of stuff's going to get replaced, like, that's going to get replaced. Power steering's going to get replaced. Radiator's going to get replaced. All the belts are going to get replaced. The hoses, the thermostat. Yeah, a whole lot of stuff. I'm even thinking of changing out the brake lines as well. I do want to put in some braided brake lines, just for shits and giggles and because it's cool. Yeah, I'm going to also get another alternator. There was one that came with it, but it looks a bit jank, so I don't want to get it, put it in, and then it's going to be a problem later on. So I'll just get that sorted straight away. Oh, not straight, you know what I mean? Like I'll get another one put in. Going to need another washer bottle and pump as well. Obviously, all hoses that look like they need to be replaced. Actually, they're looking pretty good. I don't think it costs too much to replace the hoses anyway, but yeah, I might do that. Obviously the airbox is coming out completely and they'll be going back in. So I want to do an air intake. People, if you're doing air intakes, like if you're just putting in a pod and it's just like open to the engine bay, you're just sucking in hot air. And it's actually making your engine run worse. So make sure that if you're going to put in a pod, section it off. Alright, like don't be silly. Section it off so you've got fresh cool air coming from the front. None of this crap where it sounds cool, looks cool, whatever, but that's a P-plater thing to do. I know, because I did it back when I had my first Falcon. It wasn't until I built the engine up and everything that I actually had proper air intake and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, when I first got the car and first started doing mods, anyway. Yeah, obviously that was something that we all did. But yeah, a lot of this is going to get replaced, if not replaced, reconditioned. Alright, so that's going to be it for this bit. So we're going to, like, I can't do the cat. I can't put it into like another bolt. So that's friggin' annoying. I'm going to have to sort of temporarily put that bolt back in because I need this to be all back together again so that I can service the gearbox. So I need to heat up the transmission so I can get all the fluid heated up so it comes out easy and all that jazz. Alright peeps, now let's keep on trucking. So, yep, clean the cat. Yeah, we're going to put the cat back in the car. Oh, not that one, this one. So that's all ready to go back in. Man, it's windy. And I've also cleaned up a lot under here too. So I've got to get that off the exhaust. But yeah, it's a lot cleaner than it was. Alright, so yeah, get this cat back in and then get it all buttoned up. And then yeah, the next part of the video will be servicing the gearbox. Alright. Alright, something that I've also gone ahead, where's my hand? There it is. Alright, something that I've also gone ahead and done as well is I've put some nuts on the end of these because one of them, if you remember, was stripped. So yeah, just put a nut on, lock-tied it, and yeah, it's only temporary until I get the exhaust changed anyway. Alright, so let's crack on, get this thing up. Got myself in a little bit of an awkward position. Right. So, I have the exhaust just sitting on me. Alright. I haven't seen how much I miss a hoist. Oh, alright, so just got to put the two nuts on there. I'll just hold it in place for the moment, and then I can fix up top because I've got that wire sitting there, so that I can then put bolts in. So at least one bolt in, and then I'll get them from underneath. Alright, let's get the nuts up on. So I'm just leaving these sort of loose for the moment too, and I'll put them up tighter when I tighten everything up. Rightio. So I've got to get that up into there. Alright, so I'm going to have to put the camera down somewhere, and I'm not going to be able to, you guys might be able to see. Right, so I've got one started. And also, people, make sure you remember when you're doing these up, do them up by hand, get a little bit in there, a bit in there, and then, start using tools. Well, like using the socket wrench or an impact. Alright. Alrighty. So, I've got those done up, I've got them torqued up, but yeah, they will be coming off again. Yeah, so this is all just temporary, but it's just wanted to make it look a bit cleaner, and I had to change the cat anyway. I'm not worrying about the shield, as I said, it's all temporary. Alright, get the gasket in place, and then we can move on to getting it all buttoned up. And then yeah, cool, let's crack on. Alrighty, so now I'm just reusing the gasket that was in there, it's not too bad, but it will do the job for the moment. Alrighty, so that is exhaust done. Hopefully this second-hand cat is alright. I guess we'll soon find out, won't we, when we go start her up. But yeah, it is now complete. Yeah, that's oh well. That's me having to manoeuvre it, because stupid me. Shouldn't have tightened those ones up first. I'm an idiot, I should know better. But yeah, for some dumbass reason, I tightened those all the way up first. So it made moving this thing around fun. So yeah, I used the jack stand to shimmy it up. Alright. Alright, see, that looks way better. Awesome. Cool. Alright, so the next job for this is to do the gearbox service. Hopefully it'll run a lot better. Alright, power on. So we are on to getting this gearbox serviced. So yeah, first off, I've got to grab the battery out of the comm again, so I can chuck it into the Falcon, so I can get the transmission heated up. So you've got to put through the gears and that kind of stuff. And then I go underneath and loosen the tray, or the sump pan, sorry. I've got to chuck a tray underneath to catch it all. Alright, this is going to be an adventure. I haven't done this in a long time, but at least I've done it before, so that's a bonus. Alright, let's crack on. Alright, the battery's in. This thing does need fuel. That's one thing I'm worried about. Fuel and oil, I think it needs. that is not running on all cylinders, that is for sure. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, the paint's cooking up. It does sound a bit better. She's not doing the best. So what you got to do is you got to go through the gears, well, and not fall over because there's no seat. Wow, I can't believe I can push into all of them without the button. So yeah, the button's buggered. So yeah, and also it moves quite a bit too, so the linkage is underneath. Alright, that should be enough of that. So, even though I used heat primer, it's still blistered off. Maybe I should have prepped the metal. Oh well. I'll just journey that off. It's all good. So, okay peeps, I know better, but I just thought bugger it. That'll actually clean some of the crap off, actually. Oh no. Oh no. It's only... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I kind of prepped it. But it looks like some of it's just gone back down to the heat primer. So, yeah. I didn't completely prep it. And... looks like some of it's gone back down to the primer. Yeah, because I also used because I didn't have enough heat paint black, if you guys remember. And yeah, oh well. Alright, I'm just going to let this somewhat cool down underneath, so I can get the gearbox pan off. Alright. Okay, so this is going to be a bit difficult with the camera, so I'll do what I can, same as yesterday. Alright, so I'm going to loosen the bolts off, and I'm going to have it come out of this corner here. That's the lowest point, and then yeah, we'll get this thing off. Let it drain out mostly, and then we get the pan off, and yeah, drain the rest of it into the pan. Alrighty, let's crack on. I guess I undid that side a little bit more than the other. Anyway, so I'm just going to let that do its thing. It's pretty dark. Oh, it's pretty dirty looking. When you know what the actual colour of transmission fluid is. Oh yeah. Also, it looks like I'm going to be in the market for a sump pan for the oil sump pan. It's leaking out of there, and it looks like they've done some kind of bodge job to fix it. It's been beaten up a bit, as you can probably see. It doesn't look the best. So yeah, another sump pan for the engine that I'm gonna have to get, which is fun because there's 4 bolts in here that are a pain in the ass to get to because of the steering rack and the subframe. Anyway, keep going on with the gearbox. So, because of how awkward it is under here, I'm really glad that this car's got a dipstick, so that I don't have to try and fill this up through the side, like on other more modern gearboxes. This one I can feel from the top, so it's good. But yeah, it's a tedious job, it takes a little bit. Because, yeah, you don't want to just take the pan off. You have to actually put like a little sump plug on it, but yeah, here's what it is. The gearbox definitely needs to be serviced, that is for sure. It's really dark too, so should be more of a redder colour. Oh, I miss having a workshop, guys. I really do. Well, not having one of my own, of course, but I miss working in one. So I'm going to let that drain a bit more. And this is what the inside, pretty sure it's a BTR, well, it might be a bulk Warner, I can't remember what this gearbox is, but yeah, that's what the inside of your, or the bottom section of your gearbox looks like. All the servo, got some servos up there, I think they're the servos, I think, yeah. I'm not a gearbox person, like, as in, I've never worked on the internals of a gearbox. I've only ever serviced them. But this, it's relatively pain-free. Just got to remember, have a quick gander in my service manual so I can remember how to get the clip off. Yeah, well, that's draining. I mean, yeah, I've got it in my head sort of, but don't want to stuff it. Alright, I'll be back. There we go. Bit of a pain in the butt. Of course, I'll just drop it in there. There we go. So that's all on. Can't believe it's getting all this dust off. Do not want crap going through the system. So that was black. As you can see, like all the carbon buildup and whatever, all metals and stuff. So you got to get that cleaned out. That is essentially, other than filling it up, the gearbox is done. Oh, that was fun. Anyway, got to put 4 litres in it now. Alright, up to the top. Next phase will be to get it off the ramp. Alright, so I'm going to chuck this bit in before, I'll splice it into the outro. Right, so I don't know why I didn't realise this. As I was doing the cat change and also the service of the gearbox, I noticed that the handbrake cable, the park brake, your handbrake cable, or e-brake, some people want to call them, was just dangling. So to me, with the park brake handle all the way in, and if that wire's dangling, those calipers, not the caliper, sorry, your park brake shoes which sit inside the disc are seized on, and yeah, so that's the fun I'm having. Yay! So I'm gonna have to have some fun with that. Anyway, so yeah, we'll cut to the outro again. See ya. yeah, once I can get this car off the ramps, then I'll be able to get my jacket up. Oh yeah, someone stole my jack. I don't know if I've said this in the video already, but someone's flogged my low profile jack, which we kind of need for that car. Anyway, so yeah, get it off the ramps, get it up on stand so I can get the wheels off, sort out that rear brake, and also just want to clean up in here, see what I've got going on anyway. We're finishing it up here, of course. Yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Make sure you check out Facebook and Instagram. You know, give them a follow as well. Things have been a little bit hard for me lately, physically and financially. So that's why I haven't been able to get many car videos out, like, you know, the Falcon videos or the bike videos. It's just one of those things. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many people really know, but I am fighting physical limitations. But yeah, I'm still trying to get through it. Yeah, as well as in the process of getting the family trailer repaired as well. There will be a video coming out after this one for the trailer, in case people are interested in fabrication and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's been a fun job. Alright guys, yeah, so I will catch you up on the next one. Cheers.